All right, so it's been a while. What we have here is some fairly cheap cable. And what I need is about 10 feet of it. Or let's maybe say 16 feet and I'll split it in two. All right, that should be long enough. Yeah, no, it's not. All right, that's good enough. Now what I'll do is cut this using some slightly sticky scissors. There we go. Never do that with scissors. All right, so for this video, we only need one. But the next video, we need two. And here we have the other one. Previously had some of these, but I had to make these again because I threw away the other ones. And here we have Pancake. All right, so what I'm actually going to be doing is connecting this to the amplifier. And they're both going to go to the positive terminals because that is how you bridge the amp. And then we'll turn these on. So I'll send the wire down that way. And with this, right now it's in stereo, so I want to keep hold of the menu button. Bend down because otherwise you can't see what you're doing. All right, so amp mode, go next, nope, previous. Press menu again, that also selects, and then next, select. And then we go to exit, and there it says bridge. And now what I can do is just use this to control the gain. And I'll leave it right there. All right, so what I've got loaded up here is FL Studio, and I'm just gonna go through some sound samples. The volume on FL Studio isn't 100% just yet, but here we have our first victim. Because boredom, let's just blame everything on boredom. All right, so FL Studio's volume is at minus 28.8 dB. Let's try out some kick samples. Let's try out a little bit of blue tack because this needs to stay in one place. How about some 808s? All right, we're at minus 15.9 dB. Very precise that, isn't it? All right, here we have a slightly better way of doing this. Here we've got kicks and snares. Hi-hats, got a synth, got a little bit of bass. All right then, back to the speaker. The volume is now at 55%, which is minus 11.2 dB. Turning up the volume. Okay, so you want to see what this is like at 100%? All right, let's just press play. Now I've got to say that's not quite 100% because the audio is coming through the audio interface. And if you were to look at the levels on the amplifier itself, so the reason for that is because the audio interface is outputting the audio straight to this. And that then goes to the amp. But the audio interface, I'm making sure it doesn't distort, so I'm only taking it up to 3/4. The processor itself also has a bit of gain reduction. I've set it up that way so that I don't destroy anything that matters. Double also, check this out. This is the master track on FL Studio. It's not going past minus 5.5 dB. Now that being said, check out what happens when I use a 6x9. All right, so the volume is gonna go up in FL Studio. Yes, I can take it past 100%. I can take it to 125%. That adds about another 5.5 dB. And here we go. That was pretty loud and I think the speaker's dead. All right, it's not quite dead, but that there is what happened to it. Ah, fixed it. Let's maybe try that one more time. And now it's dead. And here we have our next victim, Mr. 6x9. So this I've had for a long time. The other one I blew by accident, but this one's going to be on purpose. Alright, so let's get this into position. That should be good enough, I think. But sometimes I don't think. Alright, put that one there. Put this one here. And I can already hear my eardrums exploding. So I need to cover those. What we'll do is we'll start off at 10%. That actually did quite well for a minute, or less than a minute. The bass actually sounded pretty good through my shoulder too, because I had my shoulder pressed against my ear, but my hand was also leaning on the table, so I'm kind of like going like this. And this finger right here is pushing my other ear closed. So yeah, not bad. Did a pretty good job. Wow, that's solid. Oh, bit of smoke popped out. That's pretty fried. And here we have our next contender. Alright, so the wires go back on because I can't do this with my mind. Let's turn the volume down, start off at like 20%. Actually, what I think I'll do is low pass. So I can low pass using this. I can low pass using the processor. I can low pass using FL Studio, which is what I use to make music on. So I think I might just do it in that. Let's brick wall it at exactly 80 Hertz. So there's nothing over 80 Hertz and everything under it. Okay, so here we go. Starting off, volume fairly low, 20%. Might as well take it all the way up. That's so much better now. All right, 100% volume. Not bad. And I'll just keep hold of this. Volume 106%. Ah. Bottoming outage. I'm not holding it very well, am I? 125%. That's just kicks. Let's go forward. Nice. Should we turn up the bass? Turning it up. Let's turn up the bass a bit more. Wow. That's actually quite loud. All right, this is just the bass. could just leave that there. Kind of looks like my SMD. Can you tell that I'm bored? Now I can actually cover my ears. All right, so that was 70%. Seems as though we've got a non-smoker on our hands.